Okay, so with the semester coming to an end, wrapping up and kind of thinking about everything that's gone on this semester, what specific competency would you like to work on most and why?
I would definitely like to work on group dynamics. I've definitely seen an issue with this in like social life, school, work, just in issues with having like a presence in a group, whether that's a leadership role, a followership role, just like difficulty getting my ideas out there, speaking up, having like a presence.
Okay. What is your interpretation of the scoring you received for the group dynamics on the student leadership competencies assessment?
I definitely feel like it was accurate because it picked up on all of the things I previously mentioned. I know it discussed like knowing how an organization works as well, and I could see myself having difficulty there too, seeing when should I speak up, what is my role, where's my place in this, do I have the ability to do certain things, so I definitely agree with the competency.
That makes sense.
Test.
One way to strengthen group dynamics is to get to know your team so you feel more comfortable working together. What are a few other ways you intend on practicing to be more successful in group dynamics?
I definitely like the idea of getting to know them a bit better because I feel when I am able to have more comfortable conversations not about work or school, that I feel more comfortable in those environments and I feel like I'm able to speak up a bit more. I definitely think those would be good ways to practice that. I would also like to try to get my ideas out there more because that's something I'm pretty good with, having like ideas and having like ambition. I just have difficulty getting ideas out there sometimes, so that would be something I would definitely like to work on.
It is important to assign roles and responsibilities within group dynamics. What are some of your strengths that could help you be more successful in group dynamics?
Okay, like I said, like I'm pretty good with like being an ideas person. I definitely can like see a vision of what I would like to be done in a group, so I feel like I could even take a leadership role there, possibility. I'm definitely very detail oriented, which would also help me in like a follower role as far as like taking orders, putting them to like work, very organized. I think these will all like very much help me in group dynamics. It's just difficult to put those to use when I'm so like consumed with anxiety about whether I should implement these strengths.
That makes sense. In what areas of your life are you currently or will be involved in group dynamics, and how do they work?
The two main areas where I notice group dynamic struggles are like schools and classrooms, but I typically don't necessarily feel like that's too much of a negative because a lot of my classes are individual based and don't require me to use group dynamics as much. Some obviously do. Definitely work though. I have a lot of anxiety surrounding work, specifically due to the group dynamics, especially with starting new jobs and graduating next year, going out into my field, especially a field that's very male dominated. It's a bit intimidating, and that kind of adds to the fear of group dynamics. So it's definitely something I would like to work on now rather than fresh out of college. It'll be a bit more intimidating even then.
Right, okay. If you had a certain number of weeks to achieve a specific goal, what would that be, and how would you like to go about attaining that goal?
Well, I'm starting an internship this summer. I'll have from like the middle of May till about August and possibly beyond if I work well there. So I'll have that amount of time to kind of get a lay of the land of that job. I think within like a couple weeks I would like to possibly get to know the other interns. I like that you mentioned getting to know them on like a conversational level. I think I'd like to get to know their names, get to know maybe like a fact or two about them each, and kind of feel a bit more comfortable because they'll all be about my age. So I think that's a good place to start rather than working with the individuals that might intimidate me a bit more. I would also possibly like by the end of the summer to take a bit more of a leadership role by conducting an interview at my place of work. I think that would help me feel a bit more secure and like I've accomplished this goal of being better with group dynamics.
Right, okay, I think that's great. What are some barriers that might come about or get in the way of you achieving your goal?
I could definitely see myself getting to the place of work and kind of panicking a little bit. a barrier of like not feeling like I should be doing things that I'm doing, a barrier of I end up not having people my age. I end up only being around 40-year-old men that might be a bit more intimidating than someone that's also a college student, something
Right.
that I don't have a lot to relate to. I can definitely find difficulty making conversation when I don't see an easy connection there.
Mhm.
So that'll definitely be a barrier, especially if the population I'll be working with, juvenile sex offenders, don't know if I'll have a lot to relate necessarily
Right.
there as well, so it might be a bit difficult, but I think to overcome that barrier, I'm gonna try to go into it with like an open mind and just remember that like there's always some sort of connection that I guess can be there. I just have to find it and
Right.
a little extra work there.
Awesome. What are some ideas that others could do to help you achieve your goal?
I definitely think if there are other interns that are kind of like have been there longer than me, if I could like get to know them first and they could kind of help me along my way, introducing me to other people that would be important to know in the business, and also maybe really taking note of what like the boss wants me to do. I think that would be helpful as far as guiding me. I think taking a lot of guidance could be very helpful. Kind of not taking a leadership position right off the bat could make me feel a bit more relaxed and help me achieve my goal of feeling more comfortable in that group if I'm just comfortable taking a followership position and displaying my strengths that I mentioned.
Right. Okay, well, I think this was a really good reflection, and I think you're going to do great, so good luck.
Thank you.